that's also making us proud because we're passionate. This book is 4504. Okay, so can we start the attack?
Alright. Oh, okay. I think we have intro music. Hang on real quick for full effect. There you go. Alright, good morning, Comic Con San Diego! Alright, I want everybody to do me a small favor. Let's all pretend that we weren't here for the past 45 minutes. Let's all pretend that we just walked in and we just saw the cast of the amazing people behind Golden Spike Legacy. Let's all give them a big round of applause. Thank you very much. Mr. London Comic Con Energy. First off, my name is Gino Claymore. I'm sort of, kind of the host. I'm not really the host. I'm here more as a fan. But I am here to introduce people who are way more important than I am, and that's perfectly fine with me. Let's start off first with our panel moderator. We have Jerry Blank. Alright, so Jerry Blank is the CEO of Dogu Publishing. Now Dogu, an entertainment publishing powerhouse, bolts in with GMA Network as they unveil Voltes 5 Legacy, the live-action adaptation of the popular Japanese 70s anime at the San Diego Comic Con 2023. Now Voltes 5 Legacy, yes, that deserves a big round of applause. If I'm not mistaken, the first Southeast Asian TV show to actually make it to San Diego Comic Con, so yeah. Now, of course, Voltes 5 Legacy is produced by GMA Network in collaboration with Telesuccess Productions and Toei Company. Now, let me introduce the amazing panel that we have here this morning. Let's start off first with the head of GMA Post-Production Operations. We have Vince Giadomo. We also have the supervising producer for GMA, Helen Sese. The head of GMA Entertainment Group, we have Lilibet Razonable. Now, personally, this guy's been telling me all about his dreams of Voltes 5 for the past 10 years, and I'm not even lying to you. We have the director, Mark Reyes. The guy who basically lives and breathes Voltes 5 as well, supervising producer for Telesuccess Productions, we have Larson Chan. And of course, we have our amazing stars from Voltes 5 Legacy. We have Commander Robinson himself, Gabby Eisenman. Jamie Robinson, ladies and gentlemen, is the weather. Steve Armstrong, we have Miguel Phoenix. Alright, now I know that there's a lot of excitement going on, but just in case you didn't know, 5 machines, 5 heroes, and an epic story deserves an epic retelling. That's just how it is. The Voltes 5 team are Earth's defenders as they battle a slew of alien enemy invaders together. They command an electromagnetic machine known as Voltes 5, and with that, let's all check this out. Thanks. Alright, I'm going to turn you over to Jerry now, and he's going to get into the meat of the panel. So ladies and gentlemen, once again, Jerry Blank.
Having you guys all here, coming out and supporting, really means a lot. And, I don't want it to be a pride fest, but I'm very happy and grateful that you guys are meeting here. And I'm grateful that the cast and crew traveled all this way to be here with you guys. So let's give them another round of applause. So, this show has captivated millions of hearts worldwide. And that's thanks to the amazing work of GMA, Telesuccess, and of course, the esteemed Toei Company. Now, we're not just attending Comic-Con, right? We're at the frontier of history here. We're unveiling the first ever Filipino TV series on the global stage at San Diego Comic-Con. So, to all you guys who are here, and to the millions who will be tuning in later, watching these highlights, I want you to know that you're not just mere spectators, but you guys are an integral part of this landmark moment in our cultural journey. So, without further ado, fasten your seatbelts and let's make some history. And speaking of history, I want to start off with Larson from Telesuccess. I'd like to know the journey of how Toei came to the picture with you guys and why Voltus 5. Can you talk us through that a little bit?
So, hi everyone. Hello. A very, very common question I get is really, why Voltus 5? Especially when you're not from the Philippines, it's not the first title you can think of. But when Voltus 5 was first shown in the Philippines in 1977, this was over 45 years ago. Ever since then, it's become one of the most recognizable and beloved anime series in the Philippines, right? You can walk the street and you can sing the Voltus 5 theme song and all the Filipinos will know what you're singing. So when we were thinking about what can we do with the project? And we knew that it has encompassed multiple generations, right? Worthy of the name Voltus 5 Legacy. That's when the first time that we ever thought of, hey, let's do a live-action version of Voltus 5. This was way back in 2010, right? But only in 2014, when we were able to build this whole team in front of you today, that's when we were able to bring the project alive. Yeah, I just want to share those things with you. But before we move to other things, I also want to recognize two people here very instrumental to the Voltus 5 project. My father, Larry Chan. He's basically the reason that you love the things that you love today. If you grew up in the Philippines anytime in the 90s, Japanese anime, all those things, he was the reason behind that. And of course, Naoki Shinozaki, our good friend, and a representative of Toei Company.
Yeah. So, I'll move next towards Director Mark Reyes, esteemed director. Mark, could you take us on your journey of how you crafted this masterpiece?
It's like I mentioned in the interviews, it's like a 10-year vision quest for me. When I heard that GMA wanted to do a live-action anime way back, I asked Miss Lilibet, what's happening? Because I heard it as early as 2000, 2002. What was if the project was pushing through, and she told me that we felt that the Philippines is not ready to put up something like this. The technology is not there. Basically, the country might not be ready for it, and technically we might not be able to achieve what we want to achieve. Okay, down the line, through the years, I was wondering, around 2010, I went back and revisited the idea, and still no word from GMA. And I said, maybe a proof of concept is what's needed. Because I felt at that time, around 2008, 2009, that the technology was there. Okay? Bless the universe, I've been working with this production group called Breathtaking, led by Jason Santiago, and he was on his own working on the animation, the precursor of what you saw, of Voltus 5 in CG animation. When I talked to him, I said, Jake, can you help us out? I want to produce a pitch statement presented to GMA and Telesuccess. And he said, I already started. So when do we do the rest? So with like minds, we fleshed it out and used a pitch tape. Then we presented it to Telesuccess. And then Telesuccess, all the while, was looking for someone to do it. And I think Mr. Chan told me that they were looking all over the world. And the next thing he knows that it's just right in his doorstep when we presented. Then Telesuccess went back to GMA, and finally when they saw the pitch tape, they agreed that we want to do the project. Can I turn it over to Ms. Lily on exactly how it happened?
Yes, we were in Mark's house having dinner, and then he sat us down in front of his big monitor and showed us the pitch. So we felt that this is something that we would already present to top management, so that they will see that it is possible. So that's what we did. We scheduled a meeting with top management at the morning and then presented. But at that time, although they were really impressed, they felt that this would be such a huge investment, and maybe it would be better as a film. A series, not a film, because the series would run long and we would be investment. But that wasn't the element. We really had to go push the numbers, study the production, do all contact all the suppliers, do the timelines, and come up with a business plan for it to really work in stock management. This is something worth investing in. And so we did that for several months. It wasn't a bloody battle. And then we presented the memo, and at the end of the memo, I really specified that this is something that we can do, and if you give us a green light, we will have to agree that we will let you know when we will be ready. So they said yes. And then I went back to the Mark, and I always have this favorite line that I tell him, and that's when he will know that things are going. And it's when I say, be careful what you wish for. So that's when he will know that was going to happen. Yeah. But the more difficult part is with Helen, who had the production and all the challenges that went through that for 3 years before.
This is such a big project that we needed to launch, and the whole signal to produce the program was pre-pandemic time. But then it happened. So we were faced with a lot of challenges, enormous challenges. One was limitations to pay the locations, because locations were shut down, minors were not allowed to work, so we had created limitations as well, because Little John cannot attend dating. So we had to adjust all the sequences, shoot all the sequences of the 4 members without Little John. And then after a year, when the level 3rd,
But Little John is real. He's not serious. Just waiting for you.
So luckily, the alert level was down to 1 and we were approved to shoot. So we started finishing the project, and this is it. We're here at San Diego. You know, us Filipinos, we are very resilient. We are known for our hardworking. We are known being hardworking and dedicated to our project. So that's it. It's the project that you are watching.
You know,
Also, just have to mention that creative limitations was really a big thing for us, because Suzette Tolero, she's not here, she's the head writer of the project, had to revise some scenes in order for us to shoot the visibility to finish this project. And credit to
is not something normal in the Philippines. Okay, especially for post-production. The two production houses that handle this, the vendors in the Hollywood parlance, is Riot Inc., which started the project with me. They handle all the CGI of Voltes 5 and the Beast Fighters and GMA Video Graphics. And that is the in-house visual graphics team of GMA. Turning over to Sir Vince, and he can expound on just how much artists that work on the project.
All people like partners. I'd like to apologize. I'm not speaking of public. I wrote down what I want to say. Please bear with me. GMA post-production, we're very hopeful that Big 5 got quite anxious in our fans, young and old, to receive the local adaptation series. Comments from FD that we appreciated the most was the overall treatment and output of the series. By far, the best so far of the local series today. The amount of effort and attention to detail has been exceptional, especially for today's series on 3D. I am very proud and honored to be part of this. I'm very proud of the great men and women of GMA Post-Production who are behind this legacy project, who have poured their blood, sweat, and tears for the project, literally and figuratively. I am extremely happy that despite the overwhelming work required, we are able to find ways to consistently deliver at a level that still trends beyond expectation. It is the first project for GMA Network where two video graphics suppliers voted in for this legacy project. A third world country like the Philippines is very seldom for a producer to hire two outfits in this expensive, super expensive. For a project, of course, we need to budget those things. But GMA invested all possible resources to ensure that this project will not just make the company proud, but their stakeholders and the Filipino as well. Challenges, well, what this project was made during the height of the pandemic. The amount of time and the amount of work we done. There were changes in the workflows, offices, and graphics works for the fewer work from home setup. That eventually became a hybrid setup for post-production. Just to give you a proper perspective of what we did, aside from the post-production, we did video editing, music creation of original scores, maybe audio engineering, audio editing, and of course the bulk of the work, CGI requirements, set extension, set design, you name it, we did it.
Thank you, Vince. We really appreciate that. And how about that CGI, everyone? I mean, when I first saw the trailer, I was like blown away, right? Though I've never seen anything like that. I was very, very, very surprised. I'm so proud of everyone who worked on that. Thanks to Riot, thanks to Director Mark and your vision. Now, I think part of the creative is also the actors have to come in. So I'm really curious to see how each and every one of you will deliver the news, and then how did that affect you moving forward? So it's going to be the same question down the line for Miguel, Isabel, and Gabby. So we'll start off with you, Miguel.
All right. Morning, guys. So the moment that my manager told me that I'm going to play Steve Armstrong, I started preparing immediately for the role. I really got my hands dirty. Aside from working out, I read a lot of leadership books, watched male-dominant films like Fight Club, Falling Down by Michael Douglas. And Derek Mark suggested a movie that became my favorite. I've watched this movie for more like 10 to 12 times in 1 year. And it's Top Gun, 1986.
And we were, just a quick note, we were able to watch the premiere of
Yeah.
Top Gun Maverick, all of the cast, so they were so excited to watch. Little do they know, I just wanted to prepare them, because the following weeks they were enduring hours and hours on the gimbal machines. So at least they know how it felt like, how to move. That gimbal machine is no joke. Okay, it's, if you see the making, they really shake, they really twist, they really turn. So at the end of the day, they really have sore backs and muscles.
Basically, Maverick and Steve is the same person. They're both pilots,
Strong-headed.
strong-headed. So yeah, I got my hands dirty because I know this character is going to be, this project is going to be really big. So fast forward to our lucky taping, because that taping was really hard. We don't have a life outside of that. We had a bubble, so that's only that 1 to 2 months. We've been only taping from hotel going to the studio, so it was hard. So I was asking myself, why are we doing this? We could just like postpone the taping and resume after the pandemic. But I realized that we're trying to prove a point here. What is the point? If you want to change something, if you want to change the system, no matter how many obstacles, no matter how many circumstances, you always have to find a way to change the system. And I'm just happy to be part of a team that is changing the whole TV landscape right now in the Philippines. And like what Sir said earlier, this is history. So I just want to congratulate us Filipinos because we are representing our country in San Diego. Congrats guys.
I remember the first day of shoot, the day before we had our first meeting. Miguel and Felix came and he was completely Steve Armstrong already. He was already pep talking everyone. You remember that? We said we knew that we got the right guy when we met him there.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. When I auditioned for the role of JB, I did not know what I was getting myself into. I mean, in the Philippines, this anime is really a huge thing in pop culture. And I knew about it, but I didn't know what would happen if I got the role of JB. So, well, it's actually up on YouTube. The network uploaded my reaction video of when they told me that I was going to be JB Robinson, and I cried like a baby. And I was just so happy. And I was so happy back then, but I'm even happier now, honestly. A while ago, we were all getting emotional when we started crying.
Don't start.
We were all getting emotional watching you guys here. And it really means a lot to us because, first of all, I'm so proud to be a part of this project. I'm so grateful to GMA for giving me the opportunity to prove myself and to really showcase how dedicated I am to this project. So, thank you guys. And honestly, we gave our hearts out for this project. And if I were to describe the show in one word, it would be puso.
Heart.
We gave our heart out for this. So in Tagalog, heart is puso. And I really gave my puso for this.
Bart is mad. Bart is mad.
I'm definitely so grateful. So thank you guys. Thank you for the support as well.
Wait, Gabby, I gotta tell everyone your dirty secret. Okay? If you don't know who the biggest nerd in the cast of Voltes 5 is, it's Gabby. Hands down, this man has been harassing me to get him figures, He'd been signing. He literally gave me an ulcer at the show. Okay? But go ahead, Gabby. Please tell them about your experience.
Well, yeah, okay, I'm a big fan of not just, it's always been a dream to attend Comic Con. But of course, it's a different story. I don't think we have a lot of time. But if we have another schedule for tomorrow, I can tell you everything. But okay, let me start off. I'll just make it quick and short. When I was young, it was 1977. I wasn't even born yet. I was born the year after. So, but when it was shown in the Philippines, it was stopped for a brief moment and then it came back during the 80s. So eventually, I was able to watch it. So, come years after, I've been hearing about GMA trying to do a live action for Voltes 5. Of course, me being a kid at heart, and of course, I've been in the business for so long. I'm not a child star though, but I've been in the business long enough. So I was like, Direct, if ever there's going to be a casting firm, I would want to be a part of this project, regardless of whose character will be given. At first, my dream character was Zardos, but that was years ago when I was young. And Zardos is very fresh looking, very, beautiful for a man, beautiful. So after another couple of years, because again, 10 years in the making of this fight, so I wanted to be a different character, never Steve, because I'm more of a follower, but not in a negative way. So then it was offered to me, there's these two characters, should I say it direct? It's Dr. Smith and Commander Robinson. I think Dr. Smith was the older, I'm not that old yet, but Commander Robinson, for me, it's not, I cannot say it's the easiest, but he's a big character, a literally big guy, played by the original General Oka. It's just to gain weight. So, I took that opportunity and took that as an advantage because I love eating. So everyone was asking, you gained weight? Yeah, for the role. So, again, the universe aligned. So yeah, so I actually, gained weight for it. Just a little, not having a hard time losing it. But because it's still ongoing, but if it ends, probably I'll be skinny na by that time. But yeah, I'll tell you a little shorter story. I cried when I came to the set. I cried when I saw the set. I saw the launch conveyor. It brought back memories when I was a kid watching it. I was a fan. I collect stickers. I go to a store, buy a razor, shit as well as all those little stuff. So when I was on the set, I cried. I read the script. I also cried. I'm actually a crier. And thank you. Jerry, you started it.
I know.
Actually, Mark really started it when we were entering here.
When you guys entered,
so now it's all going to be on cue. Not for real, guys.
You're not getting that exclusive.
This is real. This is real. We're very thankful. We're very proud that all of you guys attended, and we're very unfortunate that there are people outside who can't come in. It just goes to show that, we've done a good project, we've shown it to the world, and we're finally here in San Diego. Also a dream of me being here one day, and luckily, bringing Voltes 5, bringing GMA, introducing it to the world. So happy and so proud. And I'm not going to talk again, because this is the last time, because I'm going to cry now. Okay, thank you.
Alright, so now we're going to move into some questions, but it's only going to be two, because Gabby took up the whole time.
We can always continue it outside. We're open for coffee.
So does anyone have a question? Raise your hand.
Shoot.
Okay, you over there.
Of course. No one would fit in this costume except me. But yeah, you made me talk again. So,
Yeah, go ahead.
That's something that is still not in the works. Maybe, I don't know. But as of now, it's still shown on GMA and we're happy with that. Hopefully, maybe. And then subscribe to Pinoy TV.
All right, anyone else?
Will be a secret.
Yeah. Maybe.
Is anyone else? Yes.
Thank you. They can, because,
well, you know when you watch the first one. No, I mean, probably will be part of it, so it's gonna, I don't know.
Okay, fine. I mean, I'm gonna get crucified by my bosses here, but it's an open secret. I think it's all over the internet. We were allowed to extend it in 2 more weeks. Okay, yes. But it's within canon. There were so many stories to tell, and the anime couldn't do everything. So we selected the more interesting ones that had more human interest. Because you get the whole feel of the beast fighter fight, so we felt that we wanted to show more human interest. So there are very interesting storylines that we did. So we extended for 2 weeks. Beyond that, the story of Voltes 5 ends, so there is a finality. So we have to adhere to that. So for future projects, we don't know, there's nothing yet on the drawing board. But be thankful that we extended 2 weeks. Yeah. Yeah. We wanted to be as real as possible. And if we made Zardos a redhead, might not look good, might look like Barbie. So we felt that's something close to natural that we can get. And then thankful that we have Martin Del Rosario, who's really a pro at he's a chameleon in whatever roles he gets into. He's very comfortable with the wig. So we have so much. Sally could tell how many times we tried the different wigs. The wigs won't work with us during some certain days. We shot for 3 years. Okay, the wig has changed so much. I don't know if you notice it. Sometimes it agrees to what we're doing. Sometimes it's a bad hair day for Zardos. You'll notice it. Another thing that we kept on changing, just to give perspective, we had to change the costume of Little John 3 times because he was growing it. 4 times, I'm sorry, it's not correct. Because the kid kept growing. I told the mom, stop feeding him.
All right, thanks everyone. Unfortunately, that's enough questions. But guess what? We got something else for you. Let me just, if you could avert your eyes to the screen.
Lights, please.
Lights, please. So, to enlighten you more about why we're showing this to you, I'd like to invite our president and publisher, Daniel Fuji, up here to just talk a little bit about what we have in mind going on with GMA.
Hey everybody, my name is Daniel Fuji. Thank you very much, Jerry, for the introduction. Just sitting here watching everybody react to Voltes 5 and seeing the cast and the crew discuss it, it's really impactful. I think everybody here should be really proud of what they've accomplished. They've truly made history. And one of the people I want to thank for that is Jerry. So Jerry, just to give a little bit of background info on who we are, why we're here, why we invited them out to Comic-Con, because you might be a little confused. confusing. So Dogu Publishing is a company by Stan Sakai. He has Usagi Yojimbo, Asian American owned and managed. And we created an imprint with Dark Horse Comics that's all Asian American, owned and run. And we've been really compelled to tell stories of our heritage. And Jerry is from the Philippines, believe it or not. He was born there and raised there until he was 8 years old. So he's had a passion for coming back and really sharing his heritage. And he went on to work with Stan Lee. So Jerry was one of Stan Lee's main guys. I'm sure everybody knows who Stan Lee is. And so he's really passionate about bringing things out here. And so we were able to talk to Comic-Con and get the whole cast and crew out here. So it was a very exciting thing. And on that note about bringing and bridging different properties, Dogu Publishing is talking to GMA right now, and we're proud to announce that we will be creating a graphic novel of Encantadia. It's really an honor and a privilege to be able to be entrusted with such a legacy brand. I mean, this is called Voltus 5 Legacy, right? And I was talking to Larson earlier about how important that is. And every single person in this room is contributing to this legacy and to this moment in history. For Dogu Publishing to be an Asian American owned company that gets to participate and support in reaching a bigger audience for the Philippines, I think it's amazing because you guys should really be proud of yourselves. Like really, that trailer, that TV show, that is amazing. That deserves to be seen not only by Filipino Americans, but by everybody around the world, right? That special effect, that was on point. Right? So, thank you everybody for being here. Thank you for the cast and the crew. Thank you to Telesuccess, to Toei, to GMA. We're very excited, and to leave you on a high note, we have another little Easter egg here. So, thank you very much.
Can we hit the lights? Again, please.
So, I am very excited to announce here in San Diego Comic-Con, Sangre Encantadia Chronicles for next year.
Thank you everyone, you've been a wonderful audience, and I hope to see you guys at the signing downstairs if you were lucky enough to nab one of those wristbands. But thank you so much, we really love and appreciate the support. We're super grateful that you're here. Thank you, have a good day.
Thank you. Honestly, since we got here, we'll be filling up the place, we'll be having at least 10 people attending. That's why when we started the line this morning, we were like overwhelmed, and I can't believe Jerry started crying before Miss Lilibet, because I was expecting Miss Lilibet to cry first. So thank you so much. Thank you so much for this really means a lot to us. Maraming salamat po at mabuhay.
That's everyone's cue to leave.